got a couple of guys going to the NCAA championships. Is that enough? Is it you'd like to see more? Is it happy for them? How do you look at it?
We're really excited for the guys that qualified and what they can do at the national championships, but I think you always want to have more people at that event. And so it's the experience of being there and getting to go out and compete successfully and represent the academy there. But also for the team scores, the more people you have, the better opportunities you have to score more points, which helps our team outcome. So we want to continue to build upon that, but we had 2 women that were there last year and ended up being a top 20 team at the national championships, and so we have 2 guys this year that I think are very, very capable. But you always want to have more, but we're definitely excited for the guys that qualified, and we're looking forward to seeing what they can do at the event.
Let's look at them each in turn. Let's go with Bryce first, the freshman in the NCAA championship. We'd have to look back if there's ever been one before at the Air Force Academy, but pretty special that he gets this opportunity.
Yeah, and he definitely earned it through how he competed. I think he's still relatively new to that event, and the steeplechase is an event I think you get better with reps. You just get more comfortable, build familiarity, and so I think his upside is still very good there. This would be a great experience for him, but that doesn't mean that he can't go out and compete really well in the steeplechase at the event. So we got to get through the first round on Wednesday and make it to Friday, but I definitely think that his future is very bright there. But I do believe he's also the first freshman that's qualified from the Air Force Academy to the national championships, and so that's a feat in it of itself, but we still want to do well when you're at the event.
And I'm sure he's seen tape of Michaela Norris, who was running maybe her 5th or 6th steeplechase when she won the national championship, so there's that.
Yeah, it can be done, so that's why you run the race. So yeah, we're excited for that.
Sam Gilmen, no stranger to the NCAA championships. Again this year, it's like his 3rd time going. What do you talk to him about as he heads into his race?
Well, I think he has experience now, and he has a good trajectory and momentum going in. And we had some challenges going into indoor. I think overall his indoor season was tremendous. And so it was a tough way to end it, knowing what he's capable of. And so I think there were some extenuating circumstances that we've worked through, and now he's in a great spot to go in there and show what he can do. And he's had some good races this spring, but in his mind, it doesn't matter if you don't win on the biggest stage, and he's put himself in a position to go out and compete very well on that big stage. So we're looking forward to his race as well.
You came back with a national champion last year. Chances of you coming back with one this year?
Well, we want to come back with 2 guys that represented the program and the institution really well. They're both very competitive young men, and so their aspirations are high, but you just want to go in and see them enjoy the experience, execute their race plans as best they can, and compete as well as they're capable of. But if they do that, those guys are both capable of competing at a very high level, so we're excited about it.
How many have you run the steeplechase? How many times have you run it in your life?
I've run it 4 times now. Yeah.
Do you like it? Is this something that was forced upon you? How did it happen?
So when I found out that it was a thing, I always thought it was pretty cool and seemed interesting to do. So I was excited when coach was like, let's try steeplechase. So and training went well throughout like the winter, just trying to do drills and stuff and get over the hurdles and practice. And then the first race came, and I was like, this is super fun. And I was like, it was tough because like just going over the hurdles tires you out, but like I loved it.
Did you foresee like the success that you've had? I mean, winning a conference championship as a freshman, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that really happening, but I just went into every race just trying to do my best, and God helped me through it and made it as best I could, and it worked out pretty well.
I like hearing that. Talk to me about, like, now you're training for, you're going to the NCAA championships. This is pretty amazing. Take me through your race, and you probably knew you had to finish 3rd to get to this point. So talk to me a little bit about the qualifying race and how you went about it.
Yeah, so I went out pretty good. I got in a good position, like 5th or 6th, and just kind of stayed there. Guy in the front went out, but I was like, I'll just let him go because everyone else was, and I just went out there and tried to stay in a good position for the end. Had a few water jumps that didn't go as well, but I just kept going. The next jump, you can't really worry about the last one, so just keep going. And then last 2-3 laps, I just stayed in it and closed down. And then last stretch, I kind of stumbled after I came off the last jump, just coming in fast and landing. And the dude came up on my side, and I was like, I'll probably qualify if he passes me, but don't want to leave it up to chance. So just gave it all I could and got 3rd. made it.
So how do you feel now going into this? What's your goal, so to speak? Obviously, you ask anybody running a race, they want to win the race. But, what's realistically your goal? What's your coach telling you?
I mean, it's for sure just a good experience to get going to nationals like that, for sure, especially as a freshman. Still got 3 more years to figure it out. But the goal is to obviously get to finals on Friday. There's a prelim on Wednesday, and top 12 go to finals. So hoping to do that and just go out there and make sure that I gave it all I could and hopefully get a PR, feel good during the race, and just make it as best as I can.
Has this gone to your head at all? I mean, you're a freshman. You're going to the NCAA championships.
I try not to let it get to my head because I know that if you get complacent, then that's when you lose everything. And there's no reason I'm better than anyone else in any other way except when I'm in the race. So it doesn't make me any special or anything. So, yeah.
Do you feel like there's you have the proper training and the proper mindset going into this thing? I mean, because some people, you could get big-headed, you could have too little of a head. I don't know. How do you feel going in?
I feel pretty good. I'm confident in my ability for sure, and I'm confident in Coach. He's going to tell me what I need to do, and I'll just trust in my body's ability to handle whatever I need to do in that moment. It's worked out pretty well so far, so just going in being confident and not being complacent and just running my race.
You get to travel with Sam, who's been to a few of these. Has he told you anything about what to prepare for or anything like that?
Not too much, really. It's just a race like any other race is what he's told me, and just go out there and run it like any other race would go. So in the end, that's all it is. It's just a race.
First off, take me through your race, at the prelims. You laid back, way back for like the first 4,000 meters. Just take me through the strategy and how you felt during that run.
Yeah, so laying back wasn't the plan. The plan was to get out well, the middle front. And I got out pretty well, but I ended up getting boxed and just kind of pushed and flushed out to the back throughout the race. So with a mile to go, I was like, okay, I'm not in a bad spot here. I'm still connected. Went around a few good runners, and then with 400 to go, I was like, okay, it's kind of now or never. Time to make my move and don't look back. And ended up making it through. So it's pretty nice.
What did you learn from that race, though? Because obviously, I don't think you can go in and win a national championship in that kind of manner. It would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think I need to learn to put myself up, establish myself a little better. Try to put myself up in the middle of the pack, to the front of the pack, more mid race. Put myself in striking distance because at the NCAA meet, everybody can close in the 55 and 56, and the race is going to be a 13:20, 13:15 race as opposed to a 13:39 race. So I'm going to have to be in that chase pack early, so that'll be good, yeah.
Can you look back? I know you're out here training and you're getting ready and it's coming up. Can you be happy with your accomplishments this year? I mean, going to all 3 nationals, that's kind of a big deal. Or can you not look back at that yet?
Not yet. You got to stay looking forward. I don't put any of my like awards or medals or certificates. I don't hang them up anywhere. I put them in a box because I think it's important to focus on the now and the future. And I figured, I'll look back in the past when I'm ready, when I'm done competitively running. I'll look at what I did, but right now it's a chance to do more for myself, do more for my teammates, do more for the Air Force Academy and the Air Force as a whole. So,
how do you look at it? I mean, because only 2 of you are going to nationals, but that means you can score points and you can put the Air Force name up higher. Do you look at it as, hey, I'm running for this name on the front of my chest as opposed to Sam Gilmen?
Absolutely, I think that's the appeal of the Air Force Academy. I mean, you saw Michaela Norris last year and Marie Mettler both have incredible races at the NCAA meet, and they placed 15th as a team with 2 runners. So I'm going up with Bryce Lentz next week, and I figure, why can't we? If we have good days, why can't we do that? You know what I mean? So we're hoping to just continue to run for each other, for one another, and also for the Air Force. I mean, the Air Force on the chest, it doesn't say Air Force Academy, it doesn't say USAFA, it says Air Force. You're representing all the members of the military, and it's bigger than you. So,
talk to me about the difference between running by yourself and running with 5-6 teammates out there.
Yeah, so in cross, you got other teammates. I got my teammates at the national meet. I'm all lined up. We're all on line. We're lined up in a pack, and when the gun goes off, we're working together. We can kind of talk to each other and push each other at times, but when you're all alone, it's a totally different game. You got the best runners in the country from Oregon, Stanford, great programs, and you gotta it's ultimately just belief in your stuff. You know what I mean? It's belief that I got the stuff. I train with my guys. My teammates are fit. I'm fit. Let's go do this thing. And I'm gonna be in the stands cheering on Bryce, and he'll be in the stands cheering on me, and I'll have Coach Cole right on the track with me there too. So.
Your mentality as an Air Force cadet, you're in a military academy, but yet you're an elite runner. How do you balance those two, and how have you been so successful despite the rigors of this place?
So I think it's important to find priorities and be smart with your time. I would say, your social life, sometimes that has to take a seat in the back burner, and sometimes you got to prioritize, more important things over other things. But I will say that Air Force Academy Athletics, it's the best leadership lab that the Academy has to offer. I've heard from multiple alums, multiple people that that have graduated this year from the track teammates, that this has been the best experience for them at the Academy, and it's going to make them a better officer. So I believe that what I'm doing here, leading a group of guys to compete for a national championship and cross and indoor and a Mountain West championship, which we won 3 of this year. You're working towards a common goal that that's a good metaphor of what you're going to be doing in the Air Force. So it's pretty special.
That's awesome. Now I'll get back to that question I was going to ask you. Realistically, tell me, what are you going to come away with in this race?
So one thing I did after indoor, I had a pretty bad run. It wasn't one I wanted. I placed 14th in 16 runners. It was good to be there, good experience. But after that, I was like, I need to write some goals down, some tangible goals that I can look at and wake up to every day and work for. So I wrote down top 3 in the 5K at the NCAA meet. And I do think that's reasonable. I think if you're in the top 3 to top 5, any day you could come across that line first. So I'm going to put myself in it, run smart. I think it's going to go out hard, so just, tuck in and find my spot and then work that last mile. So I'm excited.